My name is Larry Berger, and I am the CEO and co-founder of Wireless Generation. We are an educational technology company that is helping to invent the future of literacy instruction. More than 200,000 teachers are teaching 3 million children to read with the help of our software. I would like to share 3 ideas about where the breakthroughs are in reading instruction and how enlightened public policy can accelerate them. All over the country right now, elementary teachers are using mobile computers like this or like this to conduct scientifically valid, formative, and progress monitoring assessments, and to record precise data about how each of their students are learning to read. This technology is much more efficient than the paper records that teachers used to keep, and teachers like it because it cuts out the paperwork and lets them focus on teaching. The breakthrough that my company and others are working on is that the data that teachers collect using this technology can now be put to use instantaneously to personalize teaching and learning to the needs of each student. The software that we build crunches through all the diagnostic data about a given student or a class and all that researchers know about reading instruction, and then immediately shows exactly where the kids are in the process of learning to read, what the teacher needs to know to reach them, and then it sends the teacher what we call a burst. A burst is a 10-day mini curriculum that is assembled automatically to differentiate instruction for what a group of students need to learn next. So instead of teaching from a big textbook that was written with no knowledge of my particular class, I'm now using a personalized packet of lessons. At the end of 10 days, the system will send me a new burst for each group in my class. So we still have the magic of a human teacher working with young children. The computer isn't doing the teaching, but computers in the background have done all of the paperwork and all of the analysis that makes teaching more precise and more fun. With tools like this, the prior debates about reading practice fall by the wayside. It's no longer a matter of basic skills versus comprehension. Now children who are struggling with basic skills will get them, along with bridges to comprehension that are personalized to how that child learns. Children who are already reading on level will be challenged and accelerated. So my 3 points are, we have entered the age of technology-driven personalization in every other sector of society. It's now time for our reading assessment and instruction to get there too. I have attached to my written testimony several quantitative examples of the breakthroughs in student outcomes that this sort of personalization enables. 2, this personalized instruction model could pay for itself by preventing unnecessary referrals into special education. Instead of falling through the cracks in the instructional cracks in the early years and eventually being classified with a specific learning disability, many children can thrive in general education if they receive early interventions that respond to their progress and their needs. This could save the system billions in special ed costs and has enormous implications for the long-term success of students. 3, tools like this mean we can raise the evidence standards in education. The new technologies have in common that they capture a steady stream of data about how students, teachers, schools, systems, and instructional programs are doing. Instead of data from one test at the end of the year, these tools capture potentially thousands of data points per year about how each student is progressing. Interventions should therefore demonstrate that they are based on scientifically valid research, that their foundations are sound, and should be able to demonstrate significant outcomes in student learning. This virtuous cycle of using the data to do more of what works, but also to remove invalid assessment and ineffective curriculum, creates continuous improvement in the products we build as an education company and in the school systems and classrooms that we work with. The next generation of reading policy can insist on a high standard of scientific evidence of effectiveness, but also on a process of continuous improvement. That means products and practices that may be experimental have a chance to keep getting better. Members of the committee, literacy is the foundation for all academic success, and innovations of the sort I have been talking about are our great hope that all children can become readers. Thank you for your leadership on this important issue.